The forest stood silent, a dense, dark presence. At its heart, a giant oak, its branches gnarled claws against the moonlit sky. This was no ordinary forest, this was a place of whispers and shadows, for within the oak lived an entity, ancient, evil. It slumbered deep within the tree's core, but as the witching hour approached, it would stir. From 12:30 to 1 o'clock, the entity would awaken, thirsting, hungry. This was its time, the time when it claimed its due. Any soul unfortunate enough to cross its path during this half hour became its prey. Their life force, their very blood, would fuel its dark existence. One night, a lone figure walked the path. He was a man, his steps sure despite the darkness. He carried a simple wooden staff. His face was etched with the wisdom of years. He walked with purpose, unafraid. He had heard the whispers, the tales of the forest's evil, but fear held no power over him. He knew his destination lay beyond the forest, and so he walked on towards the heart of the darkness. The air grew colder, the whispers became screams. The trees themselves seemed to reach out, their branches like grasping claws. But still the man walked on, his heart beat steady, his resolve unwavering. He reached the clearing. The giant oak loomed before him. The entity sensed him. It stirred, uncoiling from its slumber. It emerged from the tree, a grotesque, terrifying figure. "You dare trespass on my domain?" it boomed, its voice a guttural growl that shook the very earth. The man simply smiled. "I'm but a traveler," he said, his voice calm, steady. "I mean you no harm." The entity laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the trees. "Harm is my purpose," it roared. "Fear is my weapon, and you will be consumed by both." But still the man showed no fear. The entity was confused. It had never encountered such bravery. "Why do you not cower?" it demanded. "Why do you not tremble before me?" The man smiled again. "Because I cannot see you," he replied. "I am blind." The entity was taken aback. "Blind?" it hissed. The man nodded. "I have heard tales of your power," he said, "and I know your weakness. You feed on fear, but how can I fear what I cannot see?" And in that moment the entity understood. It had been trapped by its own nature, bound by the fear it instilled, but the man's fearlessness, born out of his blindness, had broken the spell. The entity felt a surge of gratitude. For the first time, it felt something other than hunger and rage. It felt peace. It began to rise, its form dissolving into motes of light that floated towards the heavens. The man, though he couldn't see it, smiled. He had faced the true enemy and won. For the true enemy was not the entity, it was fear itself. And fear, he knew, could only conquer those who gave it power.